Hallmark, I feel like we need to have a little like one-on-one here. But before we get to that, if you could please like, follow, subscribe, whatever the case is, based on where you end up seeing this video, based on whatever platform it is. Do all the things, please and thank you. That'd be great, because I'm gonna be giving a Hallmark movie idea out into the world right now that I kind of came up with while I was sleeping last night and also just in bed last night. And I kind of, right here, I kind of wrote out a little bit of the plot, the characters, and that kind of thing. A little bit. It's not very detailed, but it's something. Because I also thought Hallmarks, I'm talking to you. I love Hallmark movies, don't get me wrong. There's always one little thing I've noticed in most of your movies that I don't really like very much. It's the thing of when a character talks about like not going home for Christmas or not being with family for Christmas. It's always seen as like a bad thing in most of your movies, which I get, like you're trying to push the whole being with family is the most important thing, but in reality some people don't have that, and I wish you showed that in your movies more, whether that be with friends, chosen family, or just other people in general. I think I would love to see that on your platform or just in your movies more. People that end up choosing something else based on what their reality is, whether that be personal reasons, can't speak, religious, or whatever the case is, that they choose to go wherever they want to for the holidays, whether that be because they choose to or because that's their only option. Anyways, I thought of this movie technically a few days ago because I watched a reality show that I was like, ooh, this would be a good like branch off of to like make this into a movie. It is a show on Hulu that I found, I think it's on Hulu, I believe, called I Kissed a Boy. It's like a reality show where two guys get coupled together, well, a group of guys, and they get coupled together. I think it's 10 guys if I remember correctly. They get coupled together, and then throughout the show, if they kiss each other at the end of every few days and they stay coupled or couple with someone new, they stay in the house that they're in. And the ones that don't get kissed at the end of a few days, they go home. Okay, that's like the whole branching off of the story. But in this case, since it's Hallmark, it's got to be a little more PG, which I get. But I came up with maybe the movie being called Kissing Under the Mistletoe. That's the title that I thought of. But it's going to be about maybe a main character getting set up on the show or put on the show by like his chosen family or someone in his life. Maybe because of a breakup or whatever the case is. He gets shoved on the show without really knowing what's going on. But he's on the show. But how this works, since it's Kissing Under the Mistletoe, I changed it and did it more of, think of The Bachelor when you give a rose out on The Bachelor. Think of it as, instead of, because how on I Kissed a Boy works is the first episode, all they do is kiss each other and that's how they're coupled. They don't talk, no nothing. They just kiss and then they move on. And the next couple kisses and they move on. In this, I think they should swap mistletoes and stay a couple. And then every few days, kind of like in I Kissed a Boy, they either new guys come in and mess up the drama and new people get coupled up. And at the end of every few days, kind of like in I Kissed a Boy, you have to swap mistletoes. Pretty much, or give each other's mistletoe on like a necklace or something, I don't know. You swap mistletoes and you stay coupled. If you don't, you go home. Same premise, just obviously not kissing every week, of course. Pretty much is how I would suggest that, but obviously the main character, to add a little more like spice and drama, maybe he likes cooking. That's like his backstory, like that's what draws you into like his character, getting to know like something about him, that kind of thing. Maybe there's a character that's like the one of the cooks for Crafty, or maybe on the set they have like a chef that is in the house all the time. that cooks for the guys that live there, whatever. And then maybe his ex or someone comes in as a new contestant for like someone else or whatever. Like that's the drama of it, which I like. But I want to add into this movie more of the chosen family aspect. Obviously, it's going to be a queer focused movie because I want that, and that they don't exist as much. But in this movie, I want it to be focused on chosen family, specifically on the main character, that he doesn't have like family, so to speak. But like I don't want it to come off as like, oh, you're not going home to family, like, because for some reason in all the movies, most of them, I say, because not all of them have that aspect, but most of them, they always are like put down for not coming home. Like, here's an example. There's one I watched last night. It's with Jonathan Bennett. He's a holiday sitter. At the beginning of the movie, he goes on a date with someone, and he says he's going to Hawaii for Christmas, and he gets judged for it from the person he's on a date with because he's not going home to see family. And I'm like, why is that always the case? You should be able to do whatever the heck you want on the holidays, whether it's with family or if you choose to do it by yourself, whatever the case may be. But it's just, that always seems to be the forefront of most of the Hallmark movies, that most characters end up going home anyways and falling for someone and blah 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 blah. What if it's kind of the opposite? The family's putting that person first instead of instead of the person putting the family first, it's the family putting the person first. If that makes sense. And in this case, chosen family, not necessarily blood family. So they're like, you need to get over this ex or whatever the backstory ends up being. We signed you up for this dating show. Have fun. Like, go. And then maybe the show ends on, I just wrote down Christmas Eve or Christmas. It could be the span of like from December until 24th, 25th. I don't know. And maybe the finale is, I kind of wrote down the finale could be probably a group of 3 couples, 4 couples maybe, I don't really know. But they only get to go home with that person if they both, because how it works in I Kissed a Boy, if they turn around and kiss each other, then they stay together. Maybe in this version it could be kind of the similar thing, but they have to turn around and hold a mistletoe over both people. But they both have to turn around and hold it up, or something like that. And then if they both do that, then they can kiss each other, and like that's how it ends. But obviously in this aspect, if the main character falls for someone that's behind the scenes, maybe it could be Christmas Eve into Christmas. Maybe the main character ends up choosing someone that's a contestant, but then almost kind of doesn't kiss them on the show, or like runs off or something, or freaks out or whatever, and ends up going to talk to the person they fell for, I can't speak, behind the scenes. Did I also say the title of the like reality show within the movie? It's called Mistletoe Manhunt. That's what I called it. I don't know if that's a good name or not, but I liked it. But yeah, it's like a mix of I Kissed a Boy and The Bachelor, but put a Hallmark spin on it. What do y'all think? And who would you see as like a cast in it? And also tell me your favorite Hallmark movie or series. They can be holiday themed or not. And what is something from that you wish Hallmark would bring to their movies currently? Let me know. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye.